Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video we are going to be talking about whether or not you could possibly be, going through a bit of a burnout. So a burnout can happen when you overdo it, when people with ADHD and autism mask too much, the world just becomes a little bit overwhelming, kind of pushing yourself too far. You're not like looking after your own mental well-being and you're just trying to please everyone else. Basically your needs come second, and that is not okay. I'm going to show you the signs of what a mental burnout could possibly look like. I'm going to tell you some really positive things to help you throughout your burnout and how to get yourself back up on your feet. But first, if you could smash me a big thumbs up down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel, I will forever be grateful. So let's get on to the video. So the most important thing is that you are looking after the number one, and that is yourself. Your mind is the most important thing. Your mental health is the most important thing in the whole entire world. You need to make sure that you're giving yourself time to relax, to chill. You're talking to someone, so you're keeping up with your own feelings, and talking through things is the most easiest way to kind of communicate how you're feeling. But when you have ADHD, autism, or even any social, emotional, mental health challenges, communicating verbally can be a real struggle. And again, it is a challenge we are not naturally gifted at, and not everyone, no, it's not everyone, but it is people that do struggle with their emotions, regulate their emotions, understanding emotions. It is a challenge, and some of those skills are just not kind of gifted to us, and we have to learn them. Sometimes it's really hard, and even when we learn them, we aren't confident enough to use them. We sometimes feel like we're a burden rather than someone's friend, a daughter, a sister, a niece, a nephew, a brother, a son. We just sometimes feel that we don't want to bother other people with our problems. By doing that, we kind of let things build up. Well, just think of a volcano, right? When the lava starts to bubble, and it eventually reaches the top and it just goes, it just explodes. Like, it's inevitable. It does happen. Sometimes when us ADHDers or, people with autism struggle to regulate their emotions, they sometimes try to just like let them go. I'm not going to think about that today. I'm not even thinking about that. Put their self last. They just want to help other people, and they always forget that they're the most important person here. Like, your mental health is the most important thing, and you are the most important thing. Everyone needs to keep up on their own mental health. In order to do that, we all need to communicate. But like I said, those of us with social, emotional, mental health challenges, it's hard, okay? It's hard. Even for men, they still find it hard because the stigma of like, it's not masculine to like show your emotion, to show your feelings. No, all of that is just a load of shit. Like, I'm sorry, it's just rubbish. It does not mean you don't talk to people. Like, I'm sorry, but I don't believe in any of that. And to be honest, I think you're more of a man if you stand up to that stigma and actually tell people how you feel. It's hard to know how someone's feeling, and you can't help no one if you don't tell someone. We all become so good at masking how we're feeling and kind of just pretending that we're okay, and it's not, we just camouflage our struggles, and it's not okay. But again, it's just mental health in general. This is how it can look. So let's get on to number one, and let's just go through what signs could possibly mean you're going through a burnout. So I'm going to be honest with you and say, yes, I have been guilty of putting my kind of mental health as a low priority, caring about what other people think of me, pretending to be someone I'm not, allowing myself to, believe that I'm not worthy of help, being scared to ask for help. I've been there, I've done it, and I know how absolutely horrible it feels. I just want you to know that you're worthy of a life, you're worthy of health, you just deserve everything, and everyone deserves to be treated like an equal, regardless of your race, your gender, your sexuality, your religion. It does not matter. Everyone deserves to be listened to and to be helped and to feel like they are being listened to, and I'm here to listen. So let's just get going to some signs that could possibly mean you're going through a burnout. So for like number one of the main signs is that you start to kind of view the things that you love as more of a stress and more of a chore. You start viewing school, work as a really stressful an overwhelming place. So you start feeling like your stress is building up, and like work's getting too much, your schoolwork's getting too much, the work environment is just too overwhelming. That could be a sign that you're actually starting to kind of physically and mentally get to the point where you need to relax, take a break, have some time off and chill. So many of us that have ADHD and autism, we are quite social, like we do like to be around friends and family, but a sign of a kind of a burnout can be that you actually start distancing yourself from people emotionally, mentally and physically. Like you'd rather just be upstairs because people are better off without you down there. You just don't want to be around people. So that could be another like sign, is that you're just starting to believe that you're not kind of like in the mood for people, you don't want to be around people. So yeah, when you start to distance yourself, that's your mind kind of trying to isolate you. And when you're alone, that is when your mind can take control. You know, it's your most vulnerable time is when you're on your own, because you have no one to distract you, you have no one to talk to about your worries. And when you're on your own, it's kind of like your mind's like,
she's on her own, I'm gonna get her now, I'm gonna get him now, he's on his own, she's vulnerable, he's vulnerable, I'm gonna get ya.
That is how our mind works, and I know it sounds stupid, but it is how it works, and it is a cruel place, and it's a dark place when you allow it to be. So if you are going through a burnout and you do want to be on your own, okay, I understand being on your own can sometimes be beneficial, but try not to isolate yourself completely, because people won't know how to help. They won't even know that you're struggling. So for number 3, you could start to lose motivation for things that you usually love doing. So for example, when I went through my last burnout kind of, and I would personally say it was a mental breakdown. When I went through that, I started to go within myself, lock myself in, and I didn't want to do anything but sleep or be with my dog. Like that was all I wanted to do, in bed. I didn't want to go out. I didn't even want to go for a coffee with my mum. Like I didn't even want to do my drawing that I do because I love doing it, you know. I didn't even want to make YouTube videos. I did not even want to go to speak to my granddad. Like when my granddad came around, I didn't even want to be with him. I just was like, kind of tell yourself like, no, I need to get up, I need to go downstairs, because every day is not guaranteed. Like tomorrow isn't guaranteed, you know. Today wasn't, you know, today wasn't guaranteed either. So what you did yesterday has kind of made you do what you're doing today. And if you just allow yourself to lay in bed and kind of just slum around and not do much, then you're really not helping yourself. So if you are going through a burnout, I highly suggest kind of motivating yourself. And I know your energy is like, it does lack, and you do start to kind of just eat junk food, and you don't care about your skin, you're brushing your teeth, your hygiene goes out the window. You just want to sit indoors and just do nothing, because you just think it doesn't matter. I don't care if I get fat, I don't care if my skin's bad, I don't care if my teeth look disgusting and I got bad breath. Because to you, the only thing that matters is going to sleep and just being numb and not feeling anything and just being invisible to the world. Like I know, but it's the worst thing for you. And I highly encourage you to speak to people, be with your family, be around your friends, go out for a walk, get some fresh air, because the fresh air is so kind of like uplifting, and it just makes you feel like you're in a different mindset. So definitely try to embrace the outside, the outdoors more. This is why I got this wallpaper, because I find it really calming and refreshing. So I kind of just spoke about it like when I was doing so I did kind of just touch up on it. But another sign could be that you are lacking on your personal hygiene, like washing your hair, brushing your teeth, having a shower, having a bath, kind of doing exercise, eating healthy, doing like yoga or mind, you know, like some mindful exercises. When you start to slack on all of that, that is when you know you need to speak to someone, because naturally as humans we want to be clean, tidy, you know, we want to keep in a good routine, we want to make sure we're healthy. But when your mind shuts all those things out and they become less of a priority, to me that is a warning that you are going through either a mental breakdown or a burnout, and you need to take care of yourself. You need to speak to someone, go for a walk, speak to a therapist. You definitely need to speak to someone. It can be a scary time, and like I say, your mind is vulnerable and your brain knows your triggers, and it can easily trigger things off. And the worst thing in the world is allowing yourself to believe that you are worthless and believe what your brain tells you. That is the worst thing in the world. Please, please reach out. So again, Another thing that could be a sign of a burnout, not necessarily, because you can get these in other situations, not just burnout, but you could have tension headaches, bellyache, just feel you just don't want to do anything, like I say, and you just feel really fatigued all the time, and the one thing that you want to do is just sleep, and eating and stuff like that is just not a priority. So when you start to physically feel sick and have headaches or migraines, tension around your jaw, like, you definitely are kind of internalizing your emotions, and when you do get stressed, you do get headaches. It's a trigger for a migraine, bad headaches. So please, again, please reach out, because it's serious. But like I said, you don't have to have ADHD, autism, mental challenges. You don't have to have any of that to experience burnouts. But people with ADHD, autism, and that do have mental challenges, you know, like mental health challenges, we are more prone to burnouts because we do mask a lot. We do kind of use most of our energy trying to kind of, well, please everyone else. Our priority is making other people happy and trying to be who everyone wants us to be, to try and fit in, and it gets too much. It can be really difficult, and masking who you are is just bloody hard. So if you're watching this and you think, oh, you're just overreacting, no. Try and like walk a mile in my shoes, an autistic person's shoes, another ADHDer, someone with bipolar personality disorders. Try and walk a mile in our shoes and tell us that it's easy to just live every day normal. Like, it's not. So the most important message out of this video is that you know it's not anything to be ashamed about, anything to feel sorry about. You need help. So do I. I seek help all the time. Like, I'm constantly emailing my doctor asking to be put on like a high dose of antidepressants because I can't cope. And being on medication is not a weakness either. If you feel that you need to go on antidepressants or ADHD medication or any type of medication to help you, that is not a weakness. That in itself is a strength. Realizing that you need help is a strength. Asking for help makes you even stronger. So please, let's come together and end the stigma of taking pills make you weak. Being a man asking for help and showing your emotions make you less masculine. No. I want to smash those bloody stigmas to the ground, because they aren't true. I tell you what is true though, the people that make those stigmas deserve to be smashed to the ground. Like, they do. They have made my life, your life, people with ADHD, autism, anxiety, any mental health challenges, they've made our life like 1,000 times harder, because we now feel like we are dumb, we should be in asylum, like we're mental, we're thick, we're weird, we're stupid, just because other people don't view their life the same that we do. It is stupid. But I just want to say thank you so much for everyone who supports this channel, who supports my vlog, my Instagram, my Twitter, because you do not realise how lonely I was before I started this social media platform. I had absolutely no friends, had no ambition, had no future, didn't see a future. But now I see a real bright future ahead of me because I have you guys. Add all those together, I've got loads of virtual friends and I've never had even one friend. So I feel so privileged to be able to have this community that I've built on my ADHD, you know, and my anxiety and my mental health. And it's okay to reach out. And if you're reaching out is commenting on my YouTube videos saying you feel the same, I'm gonna like that. I will always reply to your comments, always. So thank you so much for supporting me and watching this video. If you are experiencing any of these signs of a burnout, please reach out for help. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.